Well, good morning, degenerates. It's nice to see you again. We're back into it again. We're going to be looking at a second deep dive video here of New World. Quite enjoyed doing the first one, even if it was just like a short analysis of the trailer. There's a lot of stuff I left out, I missed out. I don't want these videos to run too long, but I hope that you at least found it a little bit useful. And this is going to be the second of those deep dive videos. Today we're going to be taking a look at their website. I want to see everything. I want to know everything about this game, and where else are you going to go except the website, and maybe YouTube videos after that, but yeah, I want to see everything. So that's what we're going into today. We're going to read a little bit of the general tab. I'm going to give my thoughts, my opinions, so if that's the kind of video you like, it might be helpful as well for anyone out there who just doesn't have the time to read all of that, or someone who's just too lazy, which is who I used to be. So while you're doing your dishes, while you're having a wank, who knows, I'm going to be going through the general tab. Maybe this will give you a little bit of help. Alrighty, so taking a look at their webpage here. Yeah, you've got the New World webpage. I'll probably link it down in the description below unless I just completely forget. But we've got a nice open banner here. We've got very professional looking webpage, you know, got that little shine to it that looks really nice. We've got the New World, Aeternum awaits. I mean, if you're the Amazon Game Studio, I mean, you're not going to put up with substandard quality here. Come on, you've got money to throw at every problem. I'd be very surprised if this website wasn't good looking. For today, we're just going to be scrolling through this and see what they have to offer. So we have the general tab here. Welcome to Aeternum. Got the general tab for this as well. Pre-order and play early. So I should indicate to people, just as a precursor, I guess, that the beta they're having is a closed beta. I don't know if this is to limit player numbers. I don't know if this is because they're still playing with their servers. But basically, if you pre-order the game, I'm guessing this is a marketing tactic because this will get more people to pre-order the game before the game is actually released. But if you pre-order the game, you essentially get access to the closed beta. Now, I don't know if I agree with that business decision, locking people out unless they pay you money for a beta, because people might decide that either the game is incomplete or not to their liking, and then, well, they're stuck with this game that they've pre-ordered. Unless after the closed beta, they start accepting refunds, which I personally think that would be pretty great, but I don't think they're going to do that. So just be careful there. If you want to play the beta, you got to pre-order. I'm just hoping it's a polished decision. Then we've got the dev diaries. Now we're definitely going to be digging into those in some later videos. Scrolling down, we've got a lovely little image that's blended very well with the background here, saying, "Carve your destiny. Fate has summoned you to the shores of Aeternum, the Eternal Isle. Overcome the brutal legions of the corrupted, and draw battle lines with competing players in this land of danger and opportunity. In a land hell-bent on your destruction, what will you do to survive? Strike out alone to forge your own heroic path, or band together, fortify, and fight." Now, the part about that really interests me more than anything else is the idea that you're going to be fighting against these brutal legions of the corrupted, and you're going to be competing against players as well. So you got PvP and PvE, and I'm interested to see how they balance those two elements out. Is it just going to be all free-fall, open world, murder someone, see how well you can do? Because the problem with that is the second part of this paragraph, which is strike out alone to forge your own heroic path or band together. So if you strike out alone, you go out of your way, forge your own heroic path, you might end up being griefed by a group of people. It seems like if someone's got a group of friends or community that they bring together, it seems like you might end up wrecked, especially if you're playing alone. So that's going to be very interesting to see. I'm wondering how they balance that. I'm wondering how they'll keep it interesting for single player versus people in a group who can, you know, build up a fortress or defend themselves in larger quantities because they're communicating. But I guess that comes with time. I guess we'll see. We'll see on the closed beta. That's if I get access. Come on. Come on, Amazon. Give me that sweet, sweet heaven. Come on, come on. I'll suck you down. Okay, so moving on, we've got another image here. Not quite sure what the scene is, but this looks like someone who is corrupted there with glowy red eyes and someone who isn't. So I'm guessing this is an opposing faction, and these right here would be players. Or they might all be players. Who the hell knows? But we've got a nice little scroll wheel here. Give us an idea of what the game might look like. We've got a nice little rifle there being aimed at what looks like a zombie or a corrupted. Definitely not a red zombie, but I'm quite excited for this. This looks great. I mean, if these screenshots are any indication of in-game gameplay, which I think they are, I'm going to be real excited to see where this goes. So, fight the world. Under the surface of Aeternum's breathtaking landscape lay the seeds of an ancient evil that plots to erase all traces of humanity from its shores. Warriors of bygone ages, doomed adventurers, and creatures of legend have all succumbed to its corruption. It must be stopped. Oh, so now we're getting a little bit deeper into the lore here. So the corruption isn't just interested in the island. It's not just interested in defending itself. It seems like it plans to erase all traces of humanity. So now we're fighting against something that's bigger than ourselves. I quite like that. Now I'm interested to see what happens to your player when you die. Like how their death system works, because if warriors of bygone ages, doomed adventurers, and creatures of legend succumb to this corruption, what happens to the player when they die? I don't think there's been any mention of their death system, but I would be interested to see how that works. But essentially this sets up the corruption as your primary target, as your primary PvE enemy, which is going to be real interesting. Okay, call to arms. Combine skill and strength in melee combat, attack at range with precision, or master arcane attacks. Oh, we get magic. We get magic, not the card game. However you choose to fight, you'll need to forge, discover, and customize powerful weapons to fit your combat style. In epic wars with other players or holding back waves of the corrupted, your combat skills will mean the difference between life and death. I like that a lot. And now, one of the things I did know about this game before I started researching this is that there's no classes. There's no limitation on the skill trees, which means that you're going to be going down any skill path that you want by playing the game, which means that you can make different characters which do different things, but you all start off on the same spot. Now, I'm really interested to see how they do that. I'm really interested to see how they balance things. I think it's just amazing. I think that's very immersive. I think that's the way to do it, is to get rid of the whole class selection thing, stop limiting the player, let the player pick what they're interested in, which is, oh, it's incredible, because later down the line, I'm wondering, is there any kind of limitation on the classes? So let's say you've spec'd into strength and melee combat, you're very proficient with it. Can you then still pick up magic? Where are the limitations? Where are the lines? How will they basically even each other out? Because if you can just master everything, you can just stomp everyone else into the ground, assuming that you choose the right loadout and know what you're doing, obviously. But I'm interested to see how they balance that. How they balance these kinds of elements around each other, especially the magic. I know very little about their magic system. I would love to know what it actually is and how it works. On to the next paragraph. Stronger together. Unite players with in-game social systems that power organization, hierarchy, and command, and control of formidable in-game companies. Oh, okay, so is that going to be like guilds then? Is that going to be a stock standard guild system, or is there more to it? Venture out with your own intrepid party to battle the corrupted, or to seize the land and treasures of your enemies. A thriving company consists of master craftsmen, fearless soldiers, guileful traders, and strong leaders. Where do your strengths lie? Okay, so it does seem that a core element of this game is you're going to be playing with other people, right? As much as they say a single player experience, it seems like you're kind of going to need to cooperate with people. It seems like you're kind of going to want to join a company. This is going to be a very teamwork oriented game, which I don't think is a bad thing. We've seen a lot of single player MMOs come out where you kind of do your own thing, then you get together as a group for a little while, then you go off and you do your own thing. What if now team play is more of a focus? What if you need each other a little bit more? I like that idea. that you kind of need to cooperate with your company if you want to be successful. I think that's going to be a very fun system, and I think that's going to lead to some very interesting interactions in game. I can't wait to see how they do that. Ooh, then we've got some more images. So again, PvE. We're going to be fighting bears. We've got an archer here ready to kill the tree elk. I'm not sure what for, especially since that doesn't seem edible. He's about to get wrecked by 3 wolves. This is probably my first gameplay experience. And then we've got the paragraph below here. Tame the wilderness. As you explore Aeternum, you will discover beauty, danger, and opportunity at every turn. Bend the wilds to your will by hunting fierce beasts for food and crafting materials and harvesting valuable resources from the land to fuel your ascent to power. Leverage geographic advantages to control rare resources to accelerate the growth of your territory. Now really, leverage geographic advantage. Is this a Star Wars reference? Enough of the high-grown jokes, please. I've seen so many of them. Jokes aside, it seems like crafting is actually going to be important, unlike a certain game, a certain MMO that dominates the markets. Warcraft! Sorry, I had something stuck in my throat there. I don't know what it was. So looking below here, we've just got the media. We've just got a few more pretty pictures. We've got get exclusive offers, tips, and more. So this is signing up for your New World newsletter, which, I think I'm actually going to do that. And there we go. Now I'm signed up for that newsletter. We're going to make sure that we pay attention to all those spicy little details and give you them in these videos whenever we can. And pre-order for bonus content. Secure closed beta access and get it. Isabella's amulet, the first bump emote, a guild crest set, and a unique title. I'm okay with all of this or bonus content because it doesn't seem to be pay to win. I mean, the first bump emote is pretty cool. I like that. I hope there's a way for people who didn't pre-order, who come in later, to earn the first bump emote. That would be really nice. The guild crest set is just going to be pretty colors and skins. I'm guessing that again is your guild system, your company, I guess, and a unique title. That just makes the person feel good for pre-ordering. So fair enough. Now the thing I am most concerned about here is Isabella's amulet. Now I'm assuming Isabella refers to the creepy lady with the red eyes that we saw in episode 1. But what does the amulet do? Is it just aesthetic? Does it do something for the player? Does it give any pre-order person an advantage? I really hope it doesn't. I hope Isabella's amulet is purely aesthetic. I hope it doesn't muck with the gameplay, because I don't want a pay-to-win system. I don't want a system that punishes players who came in later. I don't want a system that unbalances the game because money. I really don't want that. So I'm hoping Isabella's amulet here is purely aesthetic. The fist bump is quite nice. The guild crest set sounds quite nice. I guess we'll see in game. And the unique title sounds quite nice because none of those actually affect gameplay themselves. Based on these 3, I'm hoping Isabella's amulet is aesthetic or some little silly thing that doesn't affect gameplay. That's what I really want to see from this. But I think that's going to be it for today. That was the 2nd episode of the New World Deep Dive. I've given you my thoughts, my opinions. Let me know what you think. Do you think this game's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be trash? Can you trust Amazon more than you trust Blizzard? I don't know. I guess we'll see. So I hope you enjoyed this little deep dive. I hope you found it useful. I hope you have a great day. I hope everything goes your way. But it's time now for you and I. Bugger off. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and got some value out of it. And if you did, I'd really appreciate a like. And if you didn't, well, then you know where that dislike button is. And let me know what's on your mind in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.